Okay, I got this thing installed, and first off, let me just say, you need patience, and you need a small body, and you need to take that driver's seat out. I didn't. I did have the patience, but holy shit, it's not easy. Anyway, first I'll give you some advice, guys. Down here, I don't know if you can see it. Then, Jesus Christ. Well, I hit the ground, that's good. My magnet. Down there, you can see the new master cylinder in. The supply line, or should I say the pressure line, is very easy to put on. It just snaps on. The clip is in place. It's a tapered, it leads in with a taper, so it just snaps in. Same with the hose. I use the factory hose. It's brand new. You know, if it starts to come loose, I'll replace it with that the one from Stita. Where you connect it to the master cylinder, piece of advice: undo the cap to relieve any pressure. It got warm today. Obviously, when I worked on this last and sealed it up, it was a little bit cool. It was at night. And so there's a little bit of pressure in there. When I pulled that cap off, luckily I had a lot of rags in there. It shot a fair bit of brake fluid out because there was a bit of pressure when I pulled the plastic or rubber bung off the bottom of the master cylinder. So yeah, just crack that loose, then pull your bung off and hook up the hose. Now, going inside, underneath, I'm gonna see if you guys can see this. All right, I'm gonna get some light on, see if you can see it. Oh, bear with me. I'm gonna get in here. It's no, oh shit, it's not easy. Let's see if I can see this. Okay. The bolts. There's 4 bolts on the master cylinder. There's let's see, 4, 6. There's 4 nuts, 4 bolts that hold this whole thing in. I had to remove the master cylinder, the master clutch cylinder, off the assembly in order to get it in. And the reason is that the plunger for the brake master cylinder, sticks out fairly far. And I tried to pull the master cylinder out into the engine bay as much as I could to give me some more room, but it just wasn't going to happen. And when I pulled it out, I actually undid the bolts for the clutch master cylinder when I pulled it out. So yeah, I had to do that. I don't know if anybody else, maybe you're better than me, but I actually put the master cylinder in after I installed the whole pedal assembly, or at least loosely got it in place and I could move things around. It is tight. It is hard. Let me just show you the socket that I used. Little ratchet. To get that, where is it here? I just had this little ratcheting tool here. Super handy. It's a hex. I should probably tell you guys the size. What is it? It's a, bear with me, a 530, what is it, 5/32? I'm freaking blind, man. Let's see if you guys can see it here. Can you see that? Nah, to hell with it. Maybe I'll put it in some comments. Anyway, I've put it together. I'm going to add some fluid to the master cylinder, and I'm going to slowly start to pump this thing, and fingers crossed this was the smoking gun and it's going to fix. I've had some time to think about this, and one of the things that, look at the variables. Why, if this is the case, does that master cylinder fail down here? And I am using Modal 600 brake fluid. It's a dot 4, I believe it's a dot 4. I should get the bottle. Brake fluid. Should be compatible, but I'm wondering if that fluid played a part in this thing failing, if it did in fact fail. Anyway, I'm going to bleed and see what happens.